So here we are on the last day of this veneer video series. Today we're going to talk about assembling the frame and gluing it up. Here we have our pieces with our pre-finish on them. We're going to go ahead and take all of the tape off. Next we're going to tape 2 and 2 frames sides together. Line it up and pull it kind of tight. Before we add any glue, we're going to do a dry fit. So that's just practice putting it together and how we're going to tape it without the stress of having wet glue. So it should be a fairly tight fit, but it should fit in nicely. And that's why we do a practice, because I just put this in upside down. Ooh. Okay, so doing it correctly, we want to have the higher frame with the pattern showing. Now once you get all 4 on, you're going to want to put tape on the opposite corners to pull in the miter. So you may have to force it a little bit. Kind of adjust it, make sure the panel's in the center. There we go. At this point, if you have longer clamps, put one here and one here. You don't have to press too hard. Now, for those who do not have clamps, because these pieces are fit and pretty tight, we can use enough tape for pressure. So you're going to put it on the edge, pull it down, and stick it. You're going to do that to all 4 sides. Now, the reason why I think this is enough pressure is because this is just a little tray or a wall hanging. We're not going to have too much, pressure or tension coming off of these edges. Clamps are always better, but if you don't have them, we can make do with this. At this point, you would have had everything taped up and pressed together. You're going to go back and you're going to see that there's some glue squeeze out. At that point, you're just going to take a damp paper towel and try and clean up as much as possible. And then you wait. When gluing, you could use a little brush or even a Q-tip, but you want to get all sides of that groove and just put a little on that mitered end grain. This isn't necessarily going to be a strong glue surface, but use it anyways. So I had this all taped up and I let it dry for a few hours, and here it is. Some of the corners you're going to have to go back with your sanding block and flush that up. And if you have any kind of little cracks or gaps, you can put a little glue in it and then sand it. And the glue and the sawdust will kind of make this slurry that'll fill in those cracks. And then just apply your last coat of finish and you're done. I hope that you had fun and maybe learned some things.